Kill zones are one of the most helpful trading tools, but 99% of traders view it as a time-only element of trading, which is a very beginner's way to look at things. So in this video, we will be looking at what are kill zones, how to mark them, low probability way of trading kill zones, and high probability way of trading kill zones. So let's get started. So first of all, let's see what are kill zones. If you have been following the series, you might have known that we have covered some high probability areas for price. That includes FVGs, order blocks, and liquidity. Now kill zone is a high probability area for time. However, kill zones can't work in isolation and they must be combined with time to get a high probability trade. So let's see what are the four types of kill zones and what are the kill zones for forex and indices. There are four different types of kill zones for forex. Asia, London, New York AM and London close are four different type of kill zones. And we have four different type of kill zones for indices: Asia, London, New York AM and New York PM. The main difference is of the time and there is no difference in their functionality. So let's move on to a next topic, that is how to mark kill zones. So first of all, we will see how to mark kill zones for forex. So in forex, as you remember from the previous slide, we had four kill zones. Also, all the times are in EST, that is the New York time. So you must remember that before applying the kill zone setup. The Asian session kill zone for forex is from 8 PM EST to 12 AM EST and it is marked in the green on the diagram. The London session kill zone is from 2 AM EST to 5 AM EST and it is marked in the purple shade here. The New York AM session kill zone is from 7 AM to 10 AM EST and it is marked in the pink zone here. The London close kill zone is from 10 AM to 12 PM and is marked in the orange shade here. Don't worry, we will be looking at how to mark these kill zones automatically with an indicator. This is for your information, so you might know when are the timings for the kill zone and which session is operating in that time. So now let's come on to the indices kill zones. We have four kill zones in the indices sector as well, and also all the times are in EST. Firstly, we have the Asian session kill zone that is from 8 PM EST to 12 AM EST and it is marked in the green color here. Secondly, we have the London session kill zone which is marked in the purple color here and it is time from 2 AM to 5 AM EST. Thirdly, we have the New York AM session kill zone which is from 8:30 AM to 11 AM and it is marked in the pink color here. Fourthly, we have the New York PM kill zone session which is from 1:30 PM to 4 PM and it is marked with orange color here in the diagram. You can download this PDF from the description below so that you have all this information while you are trading. Now let's come on to the topic as to how you will use indicators to mark the kill zone. So let's come on to the trading view. You will come in the indicator tab and search for ICT Kill Zone indicator by Trader 4op. Then you can click on the indicator setting from here and change the setting according to my setting. I like to keep these sessions at 10 and I like to switch off this session of New York lunch because I don't really use it, and then I change the New York AM session timings. You can change your timings according to the things you trade. I mainly trade forex, so I will be keeping the forex timings here, and I change the NYPM session to the London close session and rearrange the timing according to that. Also, I like to keep my Asian session as green, London session as blue and NY session as purple and the last London close as orange, as you might have seen in the diagram as well. So I like to keep these settings for the New York and London sessions, and I like to keep my charts clean, so I usually switch off all these labels and the pivots and also switch off these day of week labels. Everything else is redundant. You just want to know the timings of the session. So yes, I click OK. Then you can view the indicator setting by pausing the video or screenshotting these settings. I like to keep these sessions at 10. Okay. Now as you can see, you might have a good colorful chart marked out with all the sessions in it. So that is quite helpful for me, and I have remembered the color code for each session, which helps me out greatly. Now let's come on to the low probability setups with kill zones. Now why I am sharing these setups? Because most ICT traders claim to be profitable with these kinds of ugly setups and like weird logic, but they have no track record to prove it. I had a fight with a Twitter influencer yesterday and he had no track record to show it. Let me show you guys. See this, a guy named Ryan. He says, I don't like to trade, but he shills $100 group, and when I asked him for his track record, he simply backed away. If he has even the slightest bit of shame in him, he should come and live trade against me. I am literally challenging him for a 10k live account competition, and if he makes more than me, I will literally close my YouTube channel. These type of guys don't even know how to trade and are shilling paid groups. Be aware of them. Now let's come to a topic, that is how to identify low probability setups with kill zones that most of the ICT traders are shilling. So first of all, they will say you let the PM session range to develop, and when the liquidity is swept on the daily high, you can close back inside and then take a trade. This is bullshit, literally bullshit. Secondly, they will tell you that mark the London high and low and take a trade when the highs are taken and you get a liquidity sweep. There is literally more chance of you succeeding in gambling than literally taking these dog shit trades. So let's come on to their third type of shilling. They will say that wait for the AM session highs to form, AM session lows to form, and then wait for a sweep and then reclaim and then take a trade. Basically, they are saying that wait for every session highs and lows, and if they are taken, take a trade on the opposite side. This is the number one bullshit. So now let's come on to the main topic, that is marking high probability setups with kill zones. So first of all, mark a higher time frame PD array in line with the trend. So let's come on to an example. Now if you can see on the Dixie chart, Dixie has been in a bearish trend. If I take the brush tool here, and if you can see, Dixie is constantly creating lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So what I did was yesterday, or in the previous week, let me erase this. So I came on the 4-hour chart and marked a fair value gap. And here you can see I have marked a fair value gap along these highs. So this is a high probability setup for me, as you have seen in the previous videos. Now let's see what are our second and third steps to find a high probability setup with kill zones. So coming on to the second step, it is wait for price to tag in the kill zone times, and the probabilities for trade increase if the volatility in the kill zone time was caused by the news. So let's see what happens here. So now I will be waiting for two things. Firstly, I would be waiting for price to tag this fair value gap, and I will want price to tag this fair value gap in the kill zone timings with a news. So there are basically three things to consider: fair value gap on the higher time frame, secondly a kill zone, thirdly the volatility in the kill zone must have been provided by the news. So let's zoom in on the 30 minutes chart. So let's play it forward. You can see here we got a sweep of the highs, and this was due to the news. You can see in the economic calendar we had some red news. So if I place a short position here with a stop loss at the fair value gap high and targeting the 4-hour lows, let's see where my trade pans out. We can widen the stop a little bit because this is a high probability trade and we must give our stop loss a bit of room. So let's play it forward. You can see we hit a 8-hour trade utilizing the kill zones with the higher time frame PD arrays. So this is the exact way you use kill zones, not like a shitty way that the paid group leaders tell you. So I hope the video helped. Do watch the entire playlist in which I am simplifying ICT's concepts.